Hi there, my name is Letitia Pfinder and welcome to my channel for day 2 of 7 days of Christmas cards. Alright, so today's card is just a cute mug stamped sentiment and it's really adorable. So all I've done is I have a pre-folded card from Forever in Time and it's a white base, and then I've gone in and I've cut a white mat using some cardstock, and I've just cut that about a 1/4 inch smaller than the original card, and I went in and I used a sponge tool just to add in some dark green ink around the edges with Colorbox's Petal Point ink. And if you don't have one of these sponge tools, I think mine is from Recollections, you can just use like a makeup sponge or something like that. Okay, and then I also cut a mat just slightly smaller than that one, again maybe about a 1/4 inch, and I'm using just this bundle of words It says like cuddle and lovely and snuggly and warm and just a bunch of nice winter words, and it comes from just a free stamp set I got from a craft magazine by Clear Impressions, and it's just Chillin. So I used my lighter green from, again, the Colorbox Petal Point ink, and I just stamped the sentiment over, or the words over and over and over again, so that they covered the entire mat like a designer paper. And then I've just gone in and I'm using my stamp tool, and I'm just using some washi to hold the card base in place, or the mat in place. And then I just go in with the stamps that I'm putting down and I arrange them so that I can just pick them up with the other side of the tool and they'll be exactly where I want to stamp them. And I'm just going in with my Momento Tuxedo Black for the steam coming from the mug, and then again I'm using that darker green from the Colorbox Petal Point for the actual mug. And I'm just going to stamp that. And I wasn't happy with the amount of ink that got put onto the mug itself when it was stamped, so I just went back over it and re-stamped it, which is the great thing about this stamp tool. I'm so happy that my mom made this for me. It works wonders. So then I'm just adding in my Warm Wishes sentiment, and this is from the same stamp set. And it does have a square around it, and I didn't want that square to be on the actual mug, so I went in with a baby wipe and I just wiped that square around it, so all I was left with was the circle sentiment. And again, I had to go back in and add some more ink to the sentiment and re-stamp it because it didn't quite stamp properly. There was a lot of places where the black ink didn't spread out. And I think it might just be these stamps, because I tend to have this problem with almost all of the ones in the stamp set. But, you know, it is what it is, and this stamping tool works wonders for that. So I'm very happy with that. So then all that's left to do is to adhere everything together, and I just used some double-sided tape for that. And if you want to just end the design here, that's perfectly fine. I think that this would just make a pretty solid card on its own. But I did decide to go in and make a paper bow. And so I'm just using a strip of paper for this. And that strip of paper is measuring at about 8.5 inches by 1. And then I'm going to go in and score it. So I'm just making the marks now with a ruler, and I score it at about just below 4 1/4, 6 1/4, 5 3/4, 2 3/4, and just below 2 1/4. And then I go in and I fold it right in half, and I cut out on either side a little triangle, and then I fold the next thing in. So I fold it in half again, and then I cut the same way, and then I just go in and make a banner on either side to make it look like a ribbon bow. Now, I actually recently saw a tutorial on this. After I had made this bow, my mom sent me a couple paper bows, and I took it apart, and she's, sent me some that weren't put together, and I figured out how to do this myself. But I did recently see a tutorial by Live Love Scrap where she makes something very, very, very similar, but using an envelope punch board. So if you're interested in that, I'll link her video down below, and you guys can go and give her a little bit of love. I don't know her, and I've never really watched her videos before, but I saw that and I thought it was really brilliant and might help a lot of you out. So just because this was so similar, I'm gonna give her a little shout out there. And I don't have one of those punches, so if you guys do, you'll find that really helpful. Right, and then I just, I found that the bow was a little bit too big for the card, so I went in and I trimmed it down a bit. And then to adhere it, I just went in and put a little bit of glue on either end and then in the middle of the card. And actually, I'm not quite sure if I mentioned it, but I also put a strip of paper in the middle of the bow so that it looks like a bow. So it's just a strip of paper and it's glued around the middle of it. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been posting one every day this week until Saturday for the 7 days of Christmas cards. And until next time, my crafty friends.